Hi, my name is Luca Negoida, and I'm a PhD candidate at Syracuse University. I want to tell you the story about how I came to study what I think is one of the most fascinating puzzles in plant ecology. Being a naturalist, I've always been fascinated by understanding why a plant grows where it does. We know the environment is a very important part of this, but an often overlooked factor is actually the ability of the plant to get there in the first place. Plants have the ability to move around by dispersing their seeds. Take this pitch pine cone, for instance. It's got seeds with wings that allow it to disperse in the wind. Similarly, this species has a feathery pappus that allows it to disperse in the wind. In contrast, these seeds don't have adaptations that help them disperse long distances, and so when they're released from the plant, they simply drop to the ground. How do these differences in dispersal ability between species drive the patterns that we see on the landscape? And do these resulting patterns also have consequences for ecosystem function? Ecosystem function is defined as the pools and flows of materials and nutrients through the environment. Plants are important drivers of ecosystem function. For example, they deposit litter to the soil. The quality of the litter subsequently drives the biotic activity in the soil. This leads to a feedback in the availability of nitrogen, an essential nutrient for plant growth. Any available nitrogen may then be taken up by plants growing in that community. But the effect of plants on nitrogen availability or other ecosystem functions strongly depends on the litter quality. Since species differ in the leaf characteristics that drive their litter quality, different species affect ecosystem processes in different ways. In some of my work so far, I've found that certain dispersal strategies, such as being dispersed by wind or being dispersed by birds, tended to be associated with certain leaf characteristics that can affect ecosystem function. Which leads me to my research question. Do differences in how plants move around also lead to differences in ecosystem function? To address this question, I'm going to set up a controlled experiment using old abandoned agricultural fields across New York State. Within each site, I'm going to mow an area and lay out plots with bare, seed-free soil. Plots will be randomly placed throughout this area, generating a gradient of distances from potential seed sources. I will record all species that colonize these plots and also measure soil properties such as decomposition rate, nutrient availability, and microbial activity throughout the duration of this experiment. The traditional focus in plant ecology has really largely been on how the physical environment drives what plants are growing where. But as habitat fragmentation continues to be an increasing problem in the world, it's really important that we understand the spatial processes that drive what grows where it does, and the resulting repercussions this might have on ecosystems as a whole. Thanks for watching this video. Put your comments and questions down below, and I look forward to this discussion. Thanks a lot.